I want to tell you the story of Racing Unleashed, where I'm CEO of. Why do we even exist? What is our plan? What is our vision? We want to talk to motorsport enthusiasts around the globe and give them what they desired but never got. Motorsports is unlike every other sport. It is the most elitist, expensive, unreachable sport in the world. Looking at the pinnacle of motorsports, the Formula One, there is no other sport in the world that can make billions of dollars in revenues with just 20 athletes. There is no other sport that has over 500 million fans just for 20 racers. F1 racers are stars, they are heroes, they are rich, but there is no sport like motorsport more difficult to enter and to play. If you take that sport seriously, as a youngster, you spend 100 to 150,000 euros for a karting season at your young age between 5 and 7 years. So if your parents are not rich, you might not even get to start, even if you would have the talent or the dream to become a pro racer. Getting to the next level, GT4, GT3, etc., we are talking about 300,000 euros plus. Continuing, it gets easily into the millions. If you compare that with another sports like soccer, European football, you buy a ball for $20, next day you're a soccer player. So every fan gets to experience what it's like to play football. The only experience the poor F1 fan gets, watching a race on TV with a beer in one hand, a pack of chips on the other hand. That's all you get. And still 500 million fans go for that. So how many people might be cricket fans or tennis fans on this planet, and how many people can drive a car? As we speak, there are 1.9 billion car drivers running the globe. If just 1 out of 1,000 would drive as a sport, from hobby to professional driver, we would talk about 1.9 million athletes. So Racing Unleashed is going to change the situation I just described drastically now. Using the most advanced simulation technologies in software and hardware, we want to create a global sports. We want to make sim racing a serious job, a profession that can feed your family. How do we do that? Today, sim racing is a nice niche gaming industry with roughly 50 million gamers globally, but you race mainly from your own PC, from your PlayStation, from your own sim rig at home. Nobody will pay you real money for winning here. You will hardly ever be able to live from that activity, and you might never become a world-renowned star. So to create a real sport, you have to compete in a control environment with the governance supervising the fairness and the rules of the game. We have created exactly that environment, that infrastructure in our racing lounges of Racing Unleashed. A racing lounge, you might have to imagine, is a location with 10 to 50 professional full motion simulators like the ones you will see here exposed. They are internationally interconnected, so they are not only connected in the lounge but across lounges, so international races can take place where, for example, races can drive in our lounge in Madrid. Some races may be sitting in Munich, some will race from London, and they meet on the virtual racetrack simultaneously and compete. Our goal is to expand our franchise to land in 150 global cities and organize races for thousands of racers, enthusiasts and motorsports fans. So to elevate sim racing from a hobby played out of your living room to an internationally respected sports, we all need to create a movement. So let's do this together. We cannot do that alone. Let's join that movement, support Racing Unleashed. Visit us in our lounges or simply contact us. And now let's fire up the engines. Go.
Good afternoon, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Racing Unleashed. Hopefully you enjoyed Christmas and the New Year festivities, but it's back to some serious action now for round 4 of the season. Silverstone is our location for today's Challenger League and Racer League action, and we'll be bringing you both races live for all of the thrills and spills. Here is the calendar. As we can see, Barcelona, Monza and Nürburgring are in the history books now. Silverstone is today's adventure before heading into February, March, April and May for rounds 5, 6, 7 and 8. The prize money you can see there, the purple for the Race League, the green for the Challenger League. The 3,000 Swiss francs on offer today for a race winner in Race League, and 750 Swiss francs in your back pocket for a race win. Big prize money though of that 10,000 Swiss francs for the Racer League champion, which Alejandro Sanchez looks like he's got his hands on at the moment. If you want to take part in any of our races, these are the destinations to do so, whether it's the Circle at the Zurich Airport lounge or the one in Kemptol. We've also got them the Motor World building in Munich and our lounge in Madrid. All ready to go, where you can go and access these fantastic simulators and get to experience what it's like in a Racing Unleashed lounge. And if you're very lucky enough to be in Switzerland over the next couple of months, from the 11th to the 11th of January to the 30th of March, we have a pop-up lounge coming to you with our beautiful scenes here. Look at some of these gorgeous images that we can see right now at Bergenstock Resort Lake. A fantastic place, fantastic, beautiful area in Switzerland. And we've got our pop-up lounge with some of our fantastic simulators there, the beautiful pictures we've just seen to bring you action. That'll be from the 11th of January till the 30th of March. All able to do, you can go to our website as well to register and sign up for these events. To basically just book your slot, if you will. And there will be a fantastic hot lap show on offer for you, with a chance to win some prizes as well in the Hot Lap Challenge, in which will be absolutely fantastic to see. This, though, is the series for the Racer League drivers. Alejandro Sanchez is leading that way, has a 17-point lead going into this one, round 4 of the season. Don't forget, this is the halfway stage of it, with 8 races in this championship. And there is the there is the lineup, the grid order for the Racing League. Now, today's format is very, very different for that grid order. It is going back to what was race 2 of the no qualifying, but a top 10 reverse grid. That is the top 10 based off of the championship standings. As you can see there, 10th place goes Alejandro Sanchez. Smeedel will go from 9th, Plesny in 8th, Angelo Mikel 7th, Ciro Zambra 6th, Marignon, Holstein, Hirsch, so on and so forth, up the order. And this is the fantastic, beautiful Silverstone Grand Prix circuit. Not far from our studio, about 45 minutes an hour away from our studio. Beautiful place, home of the British Grand Prix and the home of British motorsport altogether. 3 stunning sectors across this circuit, and what a track. Some iconic corners, and none more so than turn 1 of Abbey as we start on the old start line. Coming through then into Farm before you head towards that of Village. Tricky right-hander, make sure you get it right. You then come to the link, or the loop, as some people call it, as you head then where it changes the national to the international, through what is Aintree, and then flat scat down the Wellington Straight, under the old bridge, and before hitting 2 of Silverstone's most iconic corners, Brooklands and Luffield of turn 6 and 7. What a part of the track. Great for spectating, and great to see some of the cars go left and right and fling it out before you come to Woodcote, then flat out right over the curve. You're not really going to notice much of that. Down then, what is the national start straight here into the famous Cops Corner. Will we see any overtaking? That is the question. You can't overtake there according to a Formula 1 team principal. Maggots then and Beckett's, you come through before hitting that final left-hander of Chapel. A little wiggle there from our AI driver as we come through Chapel, down onto the Hangar Straight and into Stowe Corner. You will go. Could get a great run up here to make a move up the inside, maybe set up through Stowe, down towards and down the Vale Straight in towards Club, where the BRDC clubhouse is located on the inside, and through Club Corner. There you go now. Down the Sir Lewis Hamilton start straight for a lap of this fantastic circuit then. Sorry, we're not starting on the national pit straight, we are starting on the normal one because the national would have took you into Cops Corner to start with. As then we get into this first part of the race, and the race is getting underway pretty early on here, and we're about to see some Challenger League action. And the lights all come on. It's Coque Lopez who's going to take them from pole. And already here, it is green and go. It's Silverstone for the first race of the afternoon. Then, and it's Yannick Pletcher who's trying to get alongside in towards Abbey. There you go with Coque Lopez. Lopez manages to hold it around the outside. Already pushed to passes being used on this opening lap. Yannick Pletcher coming under some pressure here, though, from that of Sebastian Hirsch and Christoph Holstein. Already as they come in towards the loop for the first time down the Wellington Straight. Everybody flew through squeaky clean. And it's all good through the first section of this circuit down the Wellington Straight. Good chance at push to pass. Also a good chance then at maybe setting up through Brooklands and Luffield. You see Angelo Mikel looking to the outside of that. Of then Sebastian Hirsch. It becomes the inside for Luffield, and Angelo Mikel, great moved on there on Sebastian Hirsch, and he already moves up another place as they come through Woodcote. Just nearly banging wheels there was the 2 drivers from our Munich lounge. Just in front of Mikel is Plesny, going wheel to wheel with Enrique Marignon through Cops Corner. One car just goes off the curb and runs a little wide, and here now comes Angelo Mikel looking for a run then on that of Enrique Marignon, and has to tuck back in behind, I do believe. In fact, no, as he got past Enrique Marignon, was he attacking Plesny there as well? Not sure. That isn't Angelo Mikel, that's Yannick Pletcher on the camera there, but Mikel now coming through. He's already up into P6. Mohamed Ramsey's dropped down to 17th out of the 18 runners we have in this 20-lap race. Sebastian Hirsch now gets past Enrique Marignon as well. And it's Coque Lopez who leads the way. Here is Ciro Zambra, who is on the back then of that of Christoph Holstein in P4 and 3. Race League action obviously coming up. Here for you now. Challenger League coming up a little later on. Ciro Zambra, who's got a double stint today. He's a part of the Daytona 24-hour iRacing event in the top split for the Williams Esports team. And he'll be in the car, no doubt, at Daytona after he's finished here at the Racing Lounge. He gets a great run through Aintree, bit of push to pass, and up the inside before the braking zone on Christoph Holstein. Ciro Zambra feeling up for this one today, and that is a lovely move. And now has his good friend but rival today, that of Yannick Pletcher, just sat in front of him. Here is Sebastian Hirsch down the order in P7. In the thick of things here at the moment, as he comes through in towards the first section, through Copse Corner, through that stunning Maggots and Beckett section there. Look at that beautiful part of the racetrack to fling the car through. Really is a great part of the circuit. We was told as well, by the way, in the week that some of the drivers had noticed a bump on the exit of Copse Corner, and it really does unsettle the car. It bottoms out and unsettles it quite a bit. Here's Enrique Marignon then, just losing out to Michael Smeedle now, and he's lost out to Alejandro Sanchez as Florian Horser loses a position to Sinan de Merbas. But Enrique Marignon, at the moment, just dropping down the order a little bit, just hasn't had it so far in this race. He's fell back. Ciro has the fastest lap of the race, and there is your usages of push to pass at the moment. Every driver's got a few laps left. Wojciech Polezny is the one with 5 as he just uses one there. And now Yannick Pletcher, poor run through the loop, but Ciro Zambra couldn't get the move done. Gets a great run through Aintree up the inside. This is going to be a lovely manoeuvre with push to pass. Ciro Zambra through on his good friend Yannick Pletcher and makes another move. He's up into second place already, using that push to pass wisely. Yannick didn't react to it. He's obviously saving it for the latter stages of this race. And this is a live camera shot of that of Yannick Pletcher then in our Zurich lounge. And Yannick will be looking to try and come back on Ciro Zambra. No doubt he might be looking to just try and stay with Ciro Zambra, so that then he is able to maybe follow the line. Yannick Pletcher, obviously our winner of the Challenger League from a season ago. And that then is obviously what has helped him get into this Racer League and is what is going to help him try and progress his talents. He also has a double stint on iRacing today. There you see on the bottom right-hand corner a replay of that Ciro Zambra overtake. We're currently watching then that of Sebastian Hirsch trying to stick to the back of Michael Schmid. A lot of tyre smoke, no spinner, just obviously a lock-up or two coming through. Club then, fastest lap of the race is Ciro Zambra. That's now gone the way of Koke Lopez as Zambra now takes it back. But Sebastian Hirsch trying to stick with Sanchez. Smeedle's just further up the road. He's on the back of Angelo Mikel, sorry. And the gap between the cars at the moment, Ciro just 1.7 off the back of Koke Lopez. I'm sure he's going to try and stick within a mark and try and close that gap to Koke. Let's get back down towards 9/10 now as they come through. Here is Angelo Mikel. He's got the current defending champion, Michael Smeedle, right behind him. In fact, Michael Smeedle now to the inside line. Not sure if he was just having a look there to put Angelo Mikel off or a little mistake out of Woodcote. Either way, he's managed to collect it all back up and really get onto the back of Angelo Mikel as Michael Smeedle here. Through Maggots and Beckett's he comes now. Not going out to the full right-hand side of the circuit like you'd expect to see them do. Sort of in the middle of the road. And bit of action just behind Christoph Holstein here. I believe that is Smeedle attacking the back of that of... Oh, it wasn't. Was it Enrique Marignon? It was Marignon and Hirsch going at it. Valverde and Torlacci as well have had a few moments going at it. This is Christoph Holstein in the Zurich lounge. As our cameraman zooms in there, you can just see what his view will kind of be just from above his eye line, but that is what he is looking at today, and that is the back of Yannick Pletcher that he's trying to see. Sebastian Hirsch looking for a move up the inside of Village, and this is on Enrique Marignon. So both drivers trying to get through. Marignon's made his way past Hirsch now, and Smeedle uses a push to pass. Is this going to get the move done on Angelo Mikel? This is a little further up the road. Sebastian Hirsch, so we're on board with. Smeedle has got past that of Angelo Mikel. So a change then there in the drivers from the Munich lounge. But Ciro Zambra still over that second mark behind Koke Lopez. He's dropped Yannick Pletcher by just over a second and a half. So he's also managed to pull the gap there. And Yannick has a second to Christoph Holstein. So this is all going to help and play out when it comes to the latter stages of this race. Especially if they have pushed to pass you. Smeedle at the moment though now. 17 points off the back of Alejandro Sanchez. coming into this race when he's got a car between him and Sanchez. Uses push to pass again as he gains and gains and gains on his fellow Czech driver of Wojciech Paležný. And Michael Schmiedl there easily up the inside, and Wojciech Paležný trying to come back then into club, but not close enough to do so there. Michael Schmiedl through once again as Koke Lopez uses push to pass. Yannick Pletcher has only used the one at the start of this race. He's not touched the button since, and Michael Schmiedl now fastest lap of the race to himself. No wonder. I think he used 2 push to passes on that last lap, so no wonder he's got the fastest lap, but the man looks on a mission at the moment. Now Mikel and Paležný have got Sanchez behind and breathing down their neck. Sanchez isn't going to want to sit and wait. He's going to want to make sure that this car gets through. This is the Michael Schmiedl overtake. Got in the slipstream, got alongside Paležný. Paležný didn't need to fight that one too hard. He's got his own race to run. Paležný had already stuck with that. Schmiedl come from a long way back, actually, fair play. I don't think we gave him enough credit for that overtake, but it was from a long way back. Paležný gave him the respect. And racing with each other for a long time, that's the kind of respect you get from each other. You kind of know how each other's going to race, and Paležný knew that Schmiedl would always look to make them kinds of moves, especially when there's the championship on the line. This is Alejandro Sanchez coming through Maggots and Beckett, and Sanchez now using a bit of push to pass to try and get up the inside. He looks for a late lunge on Angelo Mikel, who tries to squeeze him on the inside curve of Stowe. And Sanchez couldn't get the move done. Mikel just too strong in defence at the moment to keep ahead of that of Alejandro Sanchez. For the time being, Sanchez still just got to wait patiently. I don't know if Sanchez is trying to get the hurry on here. Lap 7 of 20, so still plenty of time left in this race. Schmiedl now, fastest lap, up to 5th, on the back of Christoph Holstein. And he's looking to maybe make that move into P4. It's through Brooklands and Luffield they come for the 7th time of asking. Now down the national start straight, they go once again through Woodcote. Okay, Lopez 1.8 in the lead of this race. Ciro Zambra is now 2.5 ahead of Yannick Pletcher. Pletcher still got push to pass to use here. This is a replay of Sanchez down the order. He's got past Angelo Mikel. And this is a replay of the live action, I do believe, at the moment. In fact, no, sorry, that is a live screen of Alejandro Sanchez. That was him getting the move done on Angelo Mikel. So that was live, not a replay. Apologies for that one. But Angelo Mikel trying to come back to him with push to pass. Nico Farland's down in 17th. Here comes Mikel, who's now actually just lost out to Enrique Marignon. Looks for a late lunge up the inside into club. Marignon gives him just enough room. And how contact wasn't made there, I'm not sure. But Marignon now following Alejandro Sanchez through. And that is up yet another position for the Spaniard, who's not only got past Sebastian Hirsch after a poor start to this race. Marignon's just now trying to come back into this. And he's trying to work as hard as he can to get as many positions as he can here. Sebastian Hirsch will now want a piece of the action as well. Just wonder where Sebastian Hirsch is going to do it around this circuit. Through Luffield they come. Bit of tyre smoke. There he is, the concentration on his face. Just behind him is Florian Haase, just outside the points. Something's happened to Lorenzo Hayder. He's just lost out to Valverde and Torlacci then. In fact, now Nico Farland. So he's dropped down a couple of places, has Lorenzo. There is Sebastian Hirsch. P10 on the track, last position in the points. There's Enrique Marignon. Running down the order. Sorry, that isn't Enrique Marignon, that is Marcus Valverde. We are on board with Enrique Marignon. Car-wise, the camera is Marcus Valverde. I was looking back from Marignon's car. just starting to pull away from Sebastian Hirsch and Angelo Michele's Marignon. So just maybe picked up the pace after the early stages of this race. Michael Schmiedl still on the back of Christoph Holstein. Still going well at the moment. He's got only Wojciech Polezny between them now. Michele's got past Sebastian Hirsch, so that's happened just a bit further down the road, but here we go. Hirsch come back at Angelo Michele, so he's got back in front. So that would have been through Brooklands and Luffield, and just as the nature of the corners take shape. Ordered Angelo Michele. Apparently a nasty bump through the Copse corner that has unsettled a couple of cars in testing up to this race. Drivers have to be a bit cautious through Copse corner. That's going to be interesting to see. As you see now, that of Sebastian Hirsch just trying to break the toe there. Sticks to his line after. Michele turns in. He's now down in 10th. He's got Florian Horser, also of Munich, now just behind him. It's Koke Lopez from Ciro Zambra, from Yannick Pletcher, Christoph Holstein, Michael Schmiedl, your top 5. There is the gap to the leader then. Zambra's just pulled it down a little bit. Zambra's got a huge gap behind him. This is down with Torlachi and Valverde then down in 13th and 14th place. Here is Angelo Michele in the thick of a fight here with Sebastian Hirsch, who's just closed up a little bit again to the back of Enrique Marignon. Not a lot, but just enough to maybe start feeling that benefit of the slipstream. As he loses that actually through Brooklands and Luffield, that gap reopens up once again. Down the National Start Straight they come. Zambra not making any inroads on that of Koke Lopez at the moment, which is a shame for Ciro. Through Maggots and Beckett's nicely done. Great race here today. Not really, I've not seen any incident here. That's fantastic from these Racer League drivers. Really has been a belter of a race at the minute. As Torlachi trying to gain on the back of Valverde, maybe make a move to look towards Sinan Demirbas. And at the moment, it's going not too bad for Torlachi. Obviously, a lot of these guys coming from the Challenger League last year, so they're making the step up and trying to show the Racer League boys what they've got from last season, should I say. Here is Ciro Zambra. They all come through Luffield, through Woodcote he comes now. That was his view of Koke Lopez. He can see him, he just can't get close enough to him at the moment. This is Michael Schmiedl, still behind that of Christoph Holstein. Getting a little closer. Great run out of Copse for Schmiedl. Now let's see his run through Maggots and Beckett's then. The Chapel now. He lost a little bit of time through Maggots and Beckett's there, to be honest with you. Uses a push to pass, though. Now he gets it closer and closer. Pulls to the inside line, up the inside, and manages to get back in front before the braking zone. Through Stowe they go. So Schmiedl up to 4th, Holstein down in 5th place. 2 more cars between himself and Sanchez once again. That is huge for the point standings at the moment. In terms of Schmiedl being able to take points away. So now Holstein may have to worry about that of Polezny on the back of him, depending on if he can stick with Schmiedl or not. Schmiedl's got a shortish gap to Yannick Pletcher. But Yannick had push to pass in hand, we saw there on the timing screen a moment ago. So may now still want to start using it. Replay of that overtake. Smeedle up the inside comfortably enough that he pulled back in front before the braking zone. This is on board. Look at this beautiful maneuver. Not even a huge movement on the wheel, and then just tucked back in. He's changing lanes on the motorway. Great stuff there from Michael Smeedle. And Christoph Holstein go to try and stick with him. Smeedle's got to close a big gap here. Lap 12 of 20, so the lap's starting to tick away for Ciro Zambra in terms of this race lead. He's got the gap down to half a second according to that timing screen. Now extends back up to 1 second, so whatever he's doing at the moment, he's not able to do enough so far. Must be lapping very similar because Ciro's only taking a very small amount out of Koke lap after lap. Marignon on the back of Sanchez. Sanchez being held a little bit here by Pelezny. I say held, he just can't get past him. So here comes Marignon then. Through they go of Brooklands and now Luffield. Down the national straight through Woodcote. Smeedle 2 seconds off the back of Yannick Pletcher, so he's starting to come forward more here. Gaining on that of Lopez. Can he gain enough? Here he comes. See, he's just a bit closer to Koke Lopez, and the last time our cameraman was on board him. Just changing something on his wheel, you saw there as well. Ciro Zambra fully up for this today. He'll want a race win. Put him in a positive frame of mind, that's for sure, before going on to his stint at Daytona a little later on, where he could be up against the likes of Max Verstappen. So let's wait and see. Through the loop, there you go, lap 14 of 20. The big question here as well is, when is Ciro or Koke going to blink with that push-to-pass usage, let's not forget, that they both have available to them. So this is going to be huge on who blinks first with that one. Ciro's now just starting to gain on Koke, maybe looked after his tyres a bit better. Here's Alejandro Sanchez getting really under the rear wing of that of Wojciech Pelezny. And this is great to see. Still 2 cars between Smeedle and Sanchez. Through Copse Corner, there you go. Great look at who's in front. Smeedle's disappeared from the front of Christoph Holstein. You could just make him out in the distance. But Smeedle has checked out here. There you saw Pletcher, as Pelezny goes defensive over that of Alejandro Sanchez. Maybe he learned from his mistakes over Michael Smeedle of leaving the door wide open, but he's defending hard now against Alejandro. So interesting to see here. Sanchez trying to find a way through, gets really close to the rear wing. Once again, he's got Marignon just there with him. Sanchez only has that one usage of push to pass left, so has got to get this done. Holstein's still got 6, Yannick still got 6. Great camera shot, just above the nose cone on the car from Madrid. Chris and Sanchez here doing the business at the moment, trying to come through. This is looking back from Pelezny. Down the back straight he comes, the hanger straight. He's just gapped that of Sanchez just a little bit. It's going to be interesting to see how this one plays out here. Still push to pass it, that's why he's pushed to push to pass, that's why he's extended a bit of a gap. So Polesny there able to do what he needs to do and capitalise. Uses another one down the Sir Lewis Hamilton start straight here then. So Polesny just trying to pull away. Oh, big moment, Marignon. What has happened there through form? A huge moment. And he just lost it. It's as if the rear just went light. And round goes Enrique Marignon, and a chance at points gone now. And down the order he tumbles. What a shame. He was running well on the back of this group as well. Could Pletcher be in for his first podium? He's got Smeedle gaining on him. Marignon down in 15th place. That would have hurt the tyres as well. So that's a shame for Enrique Marignon. This for the lead though, 16 of 20. 5 usages each of push to pass. Does Ciro Zambra have anything in the tank? Has Coque Lopez drove a perfect race? You can see he's closer as Ciro has used one. Yannick now uses 2 lots of push to pass. On lap 16 of 20. Ciro Zambra now then. All about that mental game of how and where will he get past Coque Lopez if he gets close enough. Pletcher, fastest lap of the race. Taking it away from Michael Smeedle then. This is a replay. That is very strange. I'm wondering if there's a bump then at form. This is on board him, look, as he turns in. Just, yeah, very strange. Definitely something has bottomed out there over the curb. And that has sent him round, and you can see the anger and the emotion from Marignon there. This is back with this Sanchez, who is on the rear still of Polesny. He's also now caught up to Holstein, so he could look at maybe getting himself a handful more points. Sanchez is going to be getting frustrated behind that car, though, that is for sure. He's going to want to get past here as soon as he can to just limit the points that Smeedle scores over him. Just being told that Marignon ran too much of the curb and the car did bottom out, and that is what caused it to have its moment. Pletcher uses another push to pass usage here then, just to try and keep that gap over himself and Smeedle. Sanchez, who's used all his earlier in the race, hasn't been able to capitalise on it. More importantly for this race lead, Coque Lopez has got 1 usage more than Ciro Zambra. Here is Marignon down the order now on the back of fellow Madrid driver Agustin Torlaci and Valverde. He's got the pace to maybe try and get into that 11th place. I don't think he's going to get a point here. I think there's too much work for him to do. Ciro Zambra uses another usage of push to pass. Christoph Holstein now uses 1 as well. So Ciro Zambra's trying to get close to the race lead. Alejandro Sanchez hasn't used his last one yet. There is the battle for the lead. And this is the live shot of Ciro Zambra, who I'm sure will be loving the podium, but will want that race win. What racing driver doesn't want a race win? Coque Lopez kicking up the sparks over the curb on the exit of Copse. Now into Maggots and Beckett's they come. This is from Ciro Zambra's on-board view. And there you see the camera looking at him, staring him in the face. Look at that concentration from the young man as Coque Lopez uses 1 now. Ciro has got to try and find a way to get closer if he wants to win this race. It is all coming down to the final moments of it. What a great shot over the head of Ciro Zambra, as Coque Lopez now pumps in the fastest lap of the race late on. What a time to set the fastest lap of the race as he just disappears a little further away from Ciro Zambra. 2 laps to go. And it is Coque Lopez versus Ciro, who uses another push to pass down the back straight. Alejandro Sanchez still on the back of Polesny. and just isn't able to do anything. He's used his last usage now. It's now or never. Not close enough to Wojciech Peležny there to get the move done. Alejandro Sanchez then may have to fight another day because Peležny's still got a couple of usages left, and that's to his advantage now. So for Sanchez, that could have been his last chance. Still 2 laps to go over the curb. Just had a bit of a moment there, did Sanchez. He's trying to come back. Zambra and Koke both use one on the hanger straight. Koke's got one over Ciro Zambra here. And that could be monstrous in terms of this fight. Ciro just cannot, whatever he does, get close enough to the back of Koke Lopez. He does the fastest lap of the race, but he's still not close enough on the final lap to get a move done. Schmiedel's down to 1 usage left. Peležny just uses 1, so he's now going to pull away, you'd imagine, from Sanchez. Zambra and Lopez both go at the same time to negate each other. There goes Holstein using 1. Peležny saved 1 in the bag. He's probably going to save that till the end of this race, just in case Sanchez gets close enough. So Ciro, he's done. He's got to hope for a mistake from Koke Lopez, who's not put a foot wrong all race here today. He's been absolutely fantastic. There are your leaders, Koke Lopez and Ciro Zambra. Through Maggots and Beckett's. Koke will probably use his last one now, and he does. That is just going to pull his car away. And Ciro just did not have enough in the tank today to get it over the line. Great effort from Ciro Zambra to try and close him down, but Koke Lopez rounds club for the final time at Silverstone. What a race from this young man, from start to finish. Koke Lopez takes the race win at Silverstone. Ciro Zambra, 2nd place. Yannick Pletcher, a popular podium that will be in Zurich P3. Look at the smile already. Michael Schmiedel will close the championship gap. He will be P4 with Christoph Holstein P5. You see the emotion there. That is going to be a very, very popular podium. There in Zurich then, as Tim Portsmadder will see in just a few moments' time. High fives. There is Koke. What a drive from him. Great to see that. Start to finish, that was textbook. Madrid on fire this season in the Racer League. Madrid on absolute fire. He can't believe it. He's got to prepare for a stint at Daytona. What a monumental boosting confidence that'll give this young man. Our current Challenger League champion, promoted to the Racer League. There you go. Look, just the emotion from the 2 good friends there of Ciro and Yannick Pletcher. We'll get to speak to both of them too a little later on. And that man there, Koke Lopez, who is your race winner in this first race of the day. Great drive from him as well. Led from the start, under no pressure really. Bit from Yannick early doors, but yeah, great drive from him to take the race win. And great shot from the camera crew, just picking up Yannick and Ciro's emotions and being able to see them both as well. That is fantastic to see. And what a drive from both these drivers then. We'll bring you full classification of the provisional race results as we get them through to you at the end. But Koke Lopez, we know, race winner with Ciro Zambra, 2nd place. Yannick Pletcher rounded out the podium in the Racer League event today. I believe that was Fabio, our sporting director, in the background, just congratulating Yannick and Ciro. I believe that is Yannick's grandfather. It is indeed. His biggest supporter. And it's great to see Yannick's grandfather at every event Yannick's at. His family, great support from them. And that is brilliant to see from Yannick's grandfather there. Just giving him a congratulations. That is Fabio Vettiga there, then, our sporting director. And obviously, back from rush hour last season. What a drive. Now, there's one of the Hayder brothers, I believe, congratulating Ciro. Now we're going to get to see the Challenge League drivers swap over into the cockpit. And they will be underway for their race in just a few moments' time. But that was absolutely fantastic. It was a brilliant race to watch in terms of the push-to-pass battles, the strategies, you know, what was going to happen between drivers battling. We didn't see one instant. We only saw that one spin. And there you see the emotion from them two. Look, not just good friends throughout every lounge we have here at Racing Unleashed. The friendships, the bonds, everything that you make here is absolutely fantastic. And yeah, that's great to see from these two. And Yannick Pletcher, a very, very happy man, no doubt, who is going to be ecstatic with that one. Your final classification, provisional for the time being. Koke Lopez from Ciro Zambra with Yannick Pletcher, third place. Michael Smeedle, he'll take a P4, I'm sure, as he puts two cars between himself and Sanchez to close that championship gap. With Christoph Holstein finishing fifth, Wojciech Plesny P6, Sanchez in seventh with Sebastian Hirsch, Angelo Mikel and Florian Horsa rounding out the top 10. Sinan Demirbaş, Enrique Marignon, Valverde, Joshua Hayder, Augustin Torlacci, Nico Forland, Lorenzo Hayder and then Mohamed Ramsey down the back of the order. And that was how they finished, which is a provisional race result. Full confirmation of the race results. You're now run over by race control and the stewards. The race directors will be looking and analysing every single result these have gone through. And this will be fantastic to see what will be decided, because I didn't see a lot wrong with that race. I reckon that could be final classification, if I'm going to be honest with you, because I didn't see a lot wrong with that. We do have our first interview ready, though, in Zurich. Can't quite tell you who it is at the moment. It is Yannick Pletcher. We are joined by the P3 man, who the smile, the emotion, I know will be very high. Yannick, congratulations on that one. I know how much of an emotional driver you are from meeting you in person. That must mean a lot.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you, Matthew. I mean, it means a lot to me. After starting quite good into the season and then with a really bad race at Nürburgring and finally getting onto the speed, it feels amazing. Yeah, it's truly amazing.
It was a really good race from you. Ciro and Koke Lopez and Ciro Zambra got away at the start, and it was about managing your race, wasn't it, to not let Smeedle catch you?
Yeah, exactly. I knew Ciro was a bit faster. He changes the brake bias also, and for me that was not the case. I wanted to drive clean and not make any mistakes, and that was what I did. Yeah.
Was it tactical to save push to pass to the very end? Because as you saved it, you was able to use it to keep that gap to Smeedle. Was that always the strategy going into this race?
Yes, exactly. I literally tried to overtake Koke into turn one because I thought, yeah, maybe I could try it. But yeah, he had also a great start, and afterwards he was quicker than me, also Ciro. I was definitely not the quickest today, but I just managed push to passes and drove cleanly and quite a good pace. Not the best, but quite good.
Now, lastly, before we move on, you're doing a double stint, if you will, today. You're going from here home for Daytona on iRacing. Just talk us through the preparation you've had to go through today. Big race on the Racer League, to then go and do a 24-hour race with your team, Esports team at home. What's today like for you? Because it seems a very busy day.
Yeah, definitely. It's really busy. The whole week was really busy. I had not much sleep, to be honest. Today was the only day that I had 8 hours of sleep. But yeah, it's just amazing to do the Daytona 24-hour race and the RU Racer League. I'm super happy, and yeah, it was quite hectic the whole time. I stood up today at 6 a.m. to then go to Racing Unleashed to drive some 30 minutes, and then afterwards to go home and do the 24-hour race, and then come back for the Race League race.
Well, Yannick, congratulations on the P3. We saw how much it means to you. Well done on that one. Best of luck for the rest of the Daytona race as well, and enjoy that P3. Congratulations.
Thank you, Matthew.
Take care, Yannick Pletcher there, then our P3 driver on the podium today. What a drive for him, and you just see the emotion from him and his family. Such a great guy, really is a workhorse. He works hard and makes sure that he's always trying to improve and find every inch. Pleasure meeting this guy out in Switzerland. He really is a fantastic driver, and for him to get that podium today is fantastic. We can now speak with Ciro Zambra. Ciro, P2 man today overall at the moment, and you saw the emotion like Yannick. It's so good a feeling to get that P2.
Yeah, it's very nice to be on the podium again. I mean, I've been here last race, now again. It's going pretty good at the moment. Really gotta keep that momentum now up, and I'm really happy for Yannick to get that third place, first podium for him. And Koke has driven a strong pace, so also congratulate him.
In what has been a good start to your race, really. That start got you to the front, and it was trying to catch Koke up in the rest of the race, but you seem to be on very similar levels today.
Yes, I mean, it was very hard. I used some push passes to pass the others. The start really was good. I didn't use a push pass at the start, but still was able to gain positions. But Koke had about the same pace as I had, so he has the win deserved. I mean, he's further back in the standings, and that's why he started from pole today, so well done to him.
Now, another man who's doing a double stint today at Racing Unleashed, Daytona as well. But what a busy start to the year you've had. You was at Sebring a week or two ago. You've now got a 24-hour race as well as Racing Unleashed race. What a chaotic start to your year.
Yeah, I mean, I love it. I love it to race so much, and it's absolutely amazing. I'm living my dream at the moment. It's insane. And now going home to race against Formula 1 champion Max Verstappen in the same race, it couldn't be better.
Could it be better? Best of luck for the race at Daytona, Ciro. You've got some tough competition with Max Verstappen on the grid, that's for sure. But we wish you the best luck. Congratulations on the P2 today. What a result for yourself. And again, another bright future here at Racing Unleashed. Ciro Zambra, P2.
Thank you very much, Matthew.
Congratulations. Ciro there then. We can move straight to Madrid where we can speak with Koke Lopez. What a drive from you today. P1 at the start, and you just took control of that race, didn't you, after turn one?
It was a difficult weekend because I knew starting first was a great opportunity. Of course, I don't want to say that it's more difficult like that because it makes it easier. But at the same time, you have to manage a lot all the nerves because you know you cannot really miss the opportunity. And yeah, since the very beginning, traction was not good, but I managed to keep the position. And then as soon as I saw Ciro coming very fast, I tried to manage the gap. Unfortunately, I got a little problem on my downshift paddle, and sometimes it downshift twice, so I had a couple of momentums during the race. But yeah, it was great to be back on top as 3 years ago, well, for now, 2021. And long time not racing here, and it feels great to be back on pace.
Great to be back on pace, and you really was on pace today because you and Ciro was sort of exchanging lap times. You was matching each other all race, and it was all down to who used push to pass at the very end, wasn't it?
Yeah, I was managing the push to passes because I know Ciro had to probably use some for overtaking the guys ahead, as he was starting 4th or 5th or maybe 6th, I don't remember. And yeah, I was trying to manage that. As soon as he got into the 0.5 where you guys slipstream, I used some to try to put him again on slips. And I want to congratulate him and Yannick, both of them, because they are doing a very busy day today. They are doing the 24 hours, so yeah, congrats to them because I guess it's not easy. I have a double stint as well because I have to drive 4 hours home now, but I think it's a bit easier to try chill than driving on the 24 hours.
Yeah, you can sort of relax on the journey home while driving. They've got to be intense for the race to go. But obviously this is a great result for you today. Moving forward in the championship, obviously now good points on the board. Bit of a momentum with you as well going into that 5th round of the season.
Yeah, we'll try to keep the momentum and probably do a good race for once in the ones that we have the Super Pole, because both of them have been a bit bad for me. But then I got lucky to be first in the grid today. So let's see how to play it, because it's quite interesting, the strategy in this championship where only the 2nd, 4th, 6th and 8th races are with the reverse, the top 10.
Indeed it is. Koke Lopez, P1 today. Congratulations, and we'll see you next time in a month's time. Well done.
Thanks. Thank you. See you.
And that then was your podium sitters from Madrid and Zurich there. Koke Lopez, race winner, with Ciro Zambra, race 2. Ciro's Yannick Pletcher, race 3. And just looking, still no full confirmation on results yet. They normally coming as we go off of air. So make sure you follow our social media platforms, whether it's X, Instagram or TikTok, to make sure you keep up to date with all the results and championship standings over on them. What a racer we saw there at Silverstone, and you just get to see that emotion from the lounges. And this is why these lounges are fantastic places to go, whether it is Madrid or Munich. It's a real sense of family here, and what you get to feel at the racing lounges, the experience. So we can show you a few short highlights of what has happened over the past season. Yannick Pletcher, who got away at the stop. There's a little incident, so we didn't see that one, so maybe that one's going to be looked at. Maybe that's why Marignon struggled at the stop. But this was Zambra getting past Yannick Pletcher. This was Michael Smeedle. That was the move he just done on Wojciech Polezny. And watch this, look, Polezny took his line and Smeedle came from a long way back. Sanchez tried to carve his way through the field as well. Look, Angelo Mikel just leaving enough room on Sanchez there. And Sanchez finally got him done. Great move at Kops. Who says you can't overtake a Kops corner? As they went through there, absolutely perfectly done. Sebastian Hirsch was in the thick of a great battle all day long. That was him around the outside of Angelo Mikel, and then Michael Smeedle past Holstein before the braking zone of Stoke Corner. Again, look, barely any movement on the steering wheel. Marignon, big moment, just too much on the curb. Car bottomed out and round it went. Just there, bang, snapped on him. As easy as that for the young man. Saw the emotion on his face, the anger on his face. And that was Yannick Pletcher getting the race win. What a day for him to be the P3. Sorry, Koke Lopez took the race win, but what a day for Yannick Pletcher to be on the podium. Koke Lopez as well, like I said, hasn't been here since 2021, so still trying to find his feet, and the fact that he got that race win 4 races in is absolutely fantastic. We are here though for the Challenger League now. You can see the little icon in the corner has changed to the green for the Challenger League race, and this is going to be an exciting little race to come up. There is your current championship standings. Salva Talens and your championship leader by 30 points over Nikolai Rogoviu, with Mario Stanic P3. Timothy Spearson is 4th with Tim Portsmatter P5. Adrian Gomez is 6th from David Verthrich. Then it is Unai Morato, Guzman Migles and Simon Demori rounding out the top 10. Them 10 will be reversed, so it will be Simon Demori who will start on pole, provided they qualified here in the Challenger League. Tyler Klausch, Borja Zorzo, Jamie Ego then also on a few points down the back end of the championship. This then is the grid order. Guzman Migles will start on pole from Unai Morato. David Verthrich P3 with Adrian Gomez starting 4th. Tim Portsmatter P5, Timothy Spearson 6th place. Mario Stanic in 7th from Nikolai Rogoviu. Salva Talens and P9 he'll go from with Tyler Klausch in 10th. Borja Zorzo P11 from Jamie Ego. Melvin Leopi in P13. Walter Troninger 14th place with Roberto Miguez. Harry Scanderi, then it's Matteo Strobach with Tiziano Kuznini P18. Sasha Rumpel P19 and Samuel Bartel in P20 as we are getting to the grid. Drivers will be able to start to gear up for their sessions and get ready to go in this race, in what is going to be a huge, huge race here. And this one is going to be crucial to get right here today. Drivers will just be getting into the seats and getting ready to go in this race. Just been told there's 3.5 minutes until, or 3 minutes, should I say, until the race start. Beautiful shots here at Silverstone. Great to see. Such a lovely circuit. Like I said, the home of British motorsport. 3.6 mile long. FIA Grade 1, obviously, for the Formula 1 to be here. Hosts other events like the British GT, the British Touring Car Championship. Great events. British Touring Cars don't use the full layout of the circuit. Obviously, it's split into the international and the national circuit. A great place to come and watch some great motorsport here in Northamptonshire. Literally about 45 minutes away from the studio that we are in today. And a great place. Some famous corners, some iconic corners. It really is a brilliant place to come and watch some motorsport with the family or friends. What a place. The crowd really gets behind the British drivers here, especially in the Formula 1. You hear the crowd for likes of Lando Norris, Lewis Hamilton, George Russell. The drivers now line up on the grid. There is Miguel Guzman with Unai Moratto, P2. David Verthrich will go from 3rd place with Adrian Gomez, P4. Tim Portsmatter, P5 with Timothy Spearson in 6th place. Mario Stanic will go from P7. P8 for Nikolai Rogoviu. Salva Taylors will go from P9. Tyler Klausch, P10. As not sure what has happened there. I believe the cars have just disappeared off the circuit, so we can't show you the rest of the grid at the moment. Once again, we'll bring that to you as soon as we can. Very great day to be here, back for the first race of the new year, first race of 2025 here on the Racing Unleashed platform. Then many more races to come over the next couple of months, and hopefully more to come in the year as we look to build on what was a great 2024 and we add to what it will be into 2025. Fantastic day for racing. Start has been delayed due to a server issue. The server is now being reset, we are being told, so a delay on the server at the moment. So we're just going to see some more of these images of Silverstone. So we'll be ready to go on the grid momentarily. We can say a good afternoon to everybody that we can see in the chats, whether it's on Twitch or on the YouTube platform. Good afternoon to everybody there. As we can see the grid order once again then, Guzman Migles with Unai Moratto on the front row of the grid. P3 for David Verthrich with Adrian Gomez going for 4th. Tim Portsmatter P5 with Timothy Spearson P6. Mario Stanic P7. P8 for Nikolai Rogoviu then. P9 is Salva Taylors. P10 will be Tyler Klausch. P11 for Borja Zarzo. P12 Jamie Ego there then. P13 for Melvin. P14 for Walter Troninger. Melvin getting another race here. Roberto Miguez going from 15th place. Harry Scanderi going from 16th. Matteo Strobach going from 17th. With Tiziano Kuznini 18th place. Sasha Rumpel going from 19th. And Samuel Bartle going from P20. Late evening then in Europe. It's early evening. It's 7:30 over there, 6:30 here in the UK. But one thing we know is we've got half an hour of racing to go here at Silverstone as they patiently wait for the lights to come on screen. And it is a long wait at the moment, 35 seconds from the lights being displayed. This is the long, nervous wait that the drivers have to go through. Here we go. Just hear the cars sat there purring away at the moment. The lights on screen now. And for the fourth time in the Challenger League season, it's green and go here for race 4 of the championship. Silverstone, our destination today. It's a Spanish driver on pole position again. Guzman Migueles and Unai Morato easily slot into position straight away. David Verthrich getting up the inside of Morato through farm in towards village. Morato just runs him off the track, gives him enough space. And this is going to be Verthrich still side by side with Morato, trying to come past him. That's Walter Troninger in the thick of a battle further down as well. Bashing wheels with another driver there. Just runs him wide at the Wellington. Straight to Walter Troninger's round and into the barrier he goes. That's already going to drop him down to the back of the pack as David Verthrich did get ahead of Unai Morato. He stays in P2 at the minute as they head through Luffield for the first time, but Guzman Migueles got away well and did exactly what he needed to do at the start of this race. Put a good car length between himself and the others. Morato coming under pressure from Adrian Gomez at Copse Corner, and that is Morato very, very wide as he gets overtaken by Gomez. Timothy Spearson now then down the order in P6, just got Nikolai Rogoviu on the back of him at the moment. Tim Boltzmann has managed to stay P5. Borges also ahead of Tyler Klaus. Melvin's got ahead of Scanderi there as well down the order once again. But a great start from Guzman Migueles. Here is Borges also running in P11. Tyler Klaus has dropped down to 19th. Scanderi's dropped down another position. Morato and Portsmouth are going at it, as is Stanic and Rogoviu then. So battles happening everywhere you look on this opening lap here at Silverstone. And who's this just behind Rogoviu? That is Talens and Stanic, as Talens now comes up into P8. So for Salva, our championship leader by 30 points from Nikolai. The car in front as Rogoviu, huge moment, round he goes, manages to catch it well, but he's on the grass and has lost a lot of places as Stanic is now looking to the outside of that of Salva Talens, who's got past another one again. And Salva extending his championship lead, you feel, already in this race over Nikolai, who drops down to 17th. And already a lot of push to pass being used on this opening lap. Mario Stanic trying to go wheel to wheel with Jamie Ego there then. Jamie comes out on top in that one at the moment. Walter Troninger gets past Nikolai and Strobach down the order. And now Matteo Strobach loses out to Nikolai Rogoviu once again as well. Here is Stanic. So side by side there is Tim Portsmatter and Unai Morato through Copse Corner. There you go, Portsmatter and Morato driving brilliantly side by side into Maggots, still together through into Beckett. Portsmatter has to yield that back to Unai Morato, was not going to make it through the whole bit. Side by side, oh, Portsmatter's had his own mistake, a big snap through that of Beckett. Got all out of shape, tried to carry too much speed, and it didn't happen for him. Timothy Spearson got past Unai Morato there as well. So he's also got a great run on Unai. Mario Stanic now running 8th. That's put Salva Talens, our championship leader, back up to 6th as Morato gets back ahead of Timothy Spearson here. And what a start to this Challenger League race. Adrian Gomez sets the fastest lap of it and has already used half his allotted push to pass in the opening 3 laps. And where did Portsmouth drop to there? P15. Kuznini moves up to 11th place ahead of Harris Scanderi. Elvin rounding out the top 10. Here is Stanic. Still, he's now on the back of Jamie. You just see Salva Talens ahead on the back of Timothy Spearson and Unai Morato, but what a run for Mario Stanic. That's what happened to Tim Portsmatter, but Stanic's looking up the inside then of Jamie Ego in towards Brooklyn's move done. Adrian Gomez has got past Verthrich, and Timothy Spearson has got past Unai Morato, so Mario Stanic as well clearing Jamie Ego there. So more places changing hands. And Timothy Spearson ahead of Unai Morato going defensive in towards Copse Corner. Through they go once again. Salva Talens, look at that run he's got through Copse Corner there, then has to back out of that as they enter in towards Maggots and Beckett. Salva just patiently waiting and coming through. And again, another great run, push to pass at full effect. Unai Morato's now in the wing mirrors of the Spaniard and championship leader. Salva Taylor's carving his way through the field at the moment. Brilliantly done from the young man. Gomez sets another fastest lap here. David Verthrich P3, Timothy Spearson now, who we're looking back from P4. There is Salva in P5. This is looking over the shoulder of Timothy Spearson with our live camera footage. Very tight line into the loop there. That could cost him a bit of time. Clearly it didn't too much. Morato now uses a push to pass. That rear view mirror though on the monitor. This is live looking back from Timothy Spearson. Salva Taylor, whoa, nearly had a nose in. And that nose would have just been enough for Timothy to have to leave that door open. So Salva Taylor's at the moment looking, racing round the outside of Abbey, having a look maybe at at Copse Corner. Can't do it there. Now we'll back out that into Maggots and Beckett's. But for Salva here, driving really well at the moment and trying to carve his way through the field. Big gap though, big gap to the top three after Timothy Spearson. So if Salva gets past, or Unai gets past, huge gap here. Here's Melvin going up into P8 ahead of Jamie. So he's made up a place. Mario Stanic, what's happened to him actually? He's dropped down to P20. So I'm not quite sure what has happened to Mario Stanic here, but he's dropped right down the order to 20th place. Melvin moves up into P8 on the back now of Borges Orzo. He's going to try and creep. Adrian Gomez getting closer to Guzman Migles. David Verthrich is in there as well. Here is David. Salva uses push to pass. That'll be on the opening part of this Wellington straight to try and get past that of Timothy Spearson. Up the inside he goes. Gets fully ahead now, yet Timothy tucks back in behind, so couldn't keep the car around the outside for Luffield. So Salva Taylor's now work to do to get onto the back of David Verthrich, but he's got a clear road in front of him. And if anybody can, it is this man, because he is flying in this race at the moment. He's already cleared several cars at the start, and what a start to his race it has been. Salva Taylor's then driving really, really well in this one here. Adrian Gomez, one usage of push to pass left, and we're on lap 5. He has been aggressive from the start as Gomez. There is Melvin with Fabio Satz in the background, currently running in P8. And through Stowe, down towards Club they come. Melvin then down the national start straight in towards Copse Corner. This is a replay of Salva's overtake. What a move it was. Push to pass, full effect, straight up the inside. It was a lovely job from the young man. Guzman Miguez now using push to pass. Nikolai Rogiview's got past Sasha Rumpel then. Down in 17th place. And Unai Morato trying to just stick to the back of Tyler Klaus. We're now going to drop down to Kuznini here then, who's made up 7 places in the opening stages of this race. What an opener it is, and he will be in. We've just been told that he will be driving in Formula 4 this year. So making the way up from karting last year that we brought to you, last season we brought to you his karting career. He's now going to be driving in F4. So Tiziano Kuznini then in Formula 4. What a chance for the young man to get his foot onto the ladder. So great to see what he'll be able to keep up to date with what he'll be able to do here. Last time one of our drivers, or a driver that drove in the Racing Unleashed simulator, raced in a Formula 4 championship, was last year. Egan Fairclough, remember that name, because he dominated the championship. after winning that Rocket Prize sponsorship for the British F4 in the Racing Unleashed simulators. As here is Kuznini just being caught under the brakes there by Haris Skanderi a little bit. Skanderi probably a little too optimistic there. Nothing comes of it. Here is Haris Skanderi coming down the Wellington Straight once again. And moving the inside. Is that Tim Portsmatter? It is. Who's got ahead then of Skanderi at the moment. Kuznini running 10th place. He's in the points. Gomez still with that fastest lap of this race. Now keep your eyes on that gap of Salva Taylor's down to the top three, because it's going to be interesting to see how quick he can close. This is a replay then. What happened here? Can't quite see. That's somebody around. Not sure who that was around, as here comes Haris Skanderi. Back on Tim Portsmatter up the inside of Stowe. And the drivers from Zurich putting on a exhibition in overtaking here. Great move once again from Haris Skanderi. Not sure who that was at the moment through the link there. May have been Bartle, who's well off the back of the pace at the moment to have that spin. There's Tim Portsmatter then. He had a big moment earlier on, all on his own through Beckett's. He's now running in 12th, on the back of the points already. So this would be a good comeback drive for Tim if he can get himself into the points. David Verthrich now using a bit of push to pass. Got Roberto Miguez with them as well, so little four-way train here. Kuznini's just gapped these three a little bit, and here comes Roberto Miguez. Bit of push to pass up the inside of Portsmatter, who gives him plenty of room. Tries to tuck back underneath on the exit of that of Brooklands. Now he's going to try and look around the outside, maybe the up and under through Luffield. A big wiggle there, big slide on the back of that of Miguez's car. And now Portsmatter gets to run into Copse Corner. Hopefully we can stay on this camera through Copse Corner. There you go. Portsmatter just keeps him within the track limits and keeps Miguez within a car's width on the outside. But Portsmatter back up to P12. Great move there from the young man. In fact, he didn't get it. So Miguez managed to keep it on the exit of Copse. So it's a shame we didn't stay with the onboard footage to see how he come back at him. But Portsmatter didn't get the job done. Now he's going to try at Stowe. And this is Tim Portsmatter, who still has got Miguez up his inside. There comes Miguez once again, and this time gets it stopped on the apex of the club chicane. And through he goes. Portsmatter down to 13th place, but great little fight between them two there. Really was a great battle to see that play out. It's not done yet. Portsmatter's obviously trying to come back on his mistake earlier. And this is a live action shot on the rear wing of Roberto Miguez. Who's got Portsmatter there, not close enough at the minute. Miguez uses push to pass through Luffield there, like. That's what the graphic was saying to us either way. Down the start straight they come once again. Here is Guzman. Sorry, here is Roberto. Guzman Miguez is out front. Tim Portsmatter very wide there at Copse Corner. Got to be careful. Morotto, big moment through Beckett. Manages to hang on to it, but look at the momentum he's lost. He's going to lose out possibly to Borja Zarzo, who pulls up the inside now into Stowe Corner. Borja on the inside, Morotto on the outside. As Borja gets a big snap through Stowe and has to tuck back in behind Morotto. Already goes defensive from that of Melvin just behind, who's pretty close as well. There he is. So two moments here for Morotto and for Borja Zarzo that could have ended in disaster. Luckily didn't. Melvin watching on. Could be looking up the order a little bit soon. Hit on the brakes there. Yes, it stopped and turned in, lovely. So here is Melvin. Down in P8. This is Tim Portsmatter coming back at Yeah, Roberto Miguez. This is a replay of what happened to Maroto. Portsmatter round the outside of Brooklands. He's got more than a car alongside for Luffield. Back up the inside. Great move. This is what happened to Borja Zorzo as well. Look, bit of a oversteer snap mid-corner. Portsmatter then through on that of Miguez once again, and he can now head back after Scanderi and Kuznini for them final points positions. For Tim Portsmatter then, mistake early on, trying to fight back through the field. Go with the flow at the moment. Guzman Miguez still your race leader. Here is Sasha Rumpel then in our Camp Tall lounge in Zurich. A little off the pace. It wasn't him who had the spin, so not sure what's happened here to Sasha then. Oh, sorry, we believe it was Samuel Bartle who had the spin. Sasha running currently in 18th place, just a little bit off the back of Mario Stanic, who had a moment. We've just been told that the girlfriend sat behind Samuel there on the camera, was also trying to qualify for today's race, but just missed the cut-off time in pre-qualification for the qualifying event. So what a shame. We could have had a big competition there between two partners, as Scanderi looking up the inside then of Kuznini, a little wide through Luffield, and drivers just starting to struggle in the Challenger League here. As Scanderi trying to get a run round the outside of Woodcote then. Oh, no, that's Portsmatter, sorry, looking around the outside into Copse Corner on Scanderi, so he's really close onto the back of these two quickly here. And Tim Portsmatter has brought Miguez with him as well. Interesting then for Harris Scanderi at the moment. This is looking over the shoulder of Harris. On the back of Kuznini, with Tim Portsmatter just behind him. Oh, Melvin, big twitch through Village there. He's trying to close down or put pressure on Borges also. Salva Talens, by the way, is on the back of Verthrich. No, he's not. He's on the outside of Verthrich through Brooklands. Gets a little tap. Mistake. And I believe that was contact from Verthrich and Talens that unsettled Talens' car there. So he's lost a big bit of time. Oh, this fight, though. Kuznini, Scanderi, Portsmatter, Miguez. Here is Melvin once again on the back of Borja Zorzo. Still not close enough to make a move at the minute through Copse Corner. Jamigo, Kuznini, Scanderi all using push to pass there. 3 usages lap 12 of 20. Great shot that, the overhead camera. Great shot from our camera crew. That is Melvin in the cockpit there as well. What a fight this is. Scanderi, Portsmatter, Miguez. This all for 11th place. Kuznini's just in front for that final point. This is the Salva Talens incident. Just gone on the over the curb to the outside. Let's see if there was contact made here. Yeah, Verthrich. It was definitely cars width on the inside, and Verthrich just made contact. It looked like he understeered wide a little bit. Tim Portsmatter now around the outside of Brooklands. Can he keep the car there? Believe he may have just shown the nose. He has indeed. He's done it once. He'll do it again. What a great move again from Tim Portsmatter up to P11 ahead of Harry Scanderi. And he can now head after that final point. It's not over yet, though, in towards Copse Corner. Scanderi on the outside, backs out of that one. Probably wisely so, but great overtake once again from that of Tim Portsmatter there. Nikolai Rogview's got past Strobach down in 15th and 16th place. But for Tim, he's on a mission here after his mistake through Maggots and Beckett's. He can now chase after the points of Tiziano Kuznini. Through Stowe they come. Can Miguez try and capitalise on that overtake now from Tim Portsmatter? That's going to be the biggest question. The other one is how quick can Portsmatter catch onto the back of Kuznini here then? Miguez out front, driving phenomenal once again. Could be a double Madrid win once again today as well. They've been on fire at Madrid. Something in the water over there, because there's definitely been... We saw how dominant Munich was last season and Zurich in the Challenge League. Madrid across both leagues at the moment are on fire. Sure, Salva Talens would like to get ahead of Earthrich to make it to Madrid 1, 2, 3. That would be the icing on the cake, I think, for Madrid. As Scanderi trying to get back onto the rear of Portsmatter. As Nikolai Rogiview here is catching up. He's on the back of Racing Unleashed's oldest competitor, 64 years of age, Walter Troninger. Livu Naimoroto is one of our youngest competitors. That's has changed since, but 64 years of age, Walter Troninger. What a driver, what a guy. To just keep going in his spare time at 64. I'd love to be doing the same thing at 64 years of age. That's fantastic. And competing with these guys is brilliant. Well, he's got Nikolai Rogvieww on the back of him. He's not far off the back of this fight of Kuznini, Portsmatter, Scanderi and Miguez, so don't rule him out of a couple of overtakes himself. A very talented driver is Walter Troninger. Keep your eyes on him. Unai Morotto's close to the back of Spearson, but Spearson uses push to pass a little later than Morotto. Here we go, round the outside of Brooklands, and Spearson closes that one off for Luffield. So from our oldest competitor to one of our youngest competitors, Unai Morotto. Trying to get onto the back of Timothy Spearson. He's having a good start to his season. Couple of podiums. Really good to see from Unai. He had a bit of a wobble ahead of Borja Zarzo earlier, but managed to keep it pointing in the right way before Zarzo had his moment. Adrian Gomez, fastest lap, but hasn't really put Miguez under pressure today. Here we go, back to Tim Portsmatter on the back of Kuznini now. Very wide at the exit to Stowe, and this could open the door for Tim. Here we are with our camera crew. Oh, bit of a moment through club, and he just keeps it all together. Kuznini just looks like he's starting to push too hard at the moment. It's led to a couple of mistakes through from Stowe onwards. He's just got to settle back down into that rhythm, because Portsmatter, well, he loves an overtake at Brooklands and Luffield around the outside. Salva Talens has moved up to P3. We're going to stay with this, though, because Portsmatter loves an overtake on the outside. You're getting closer and closer, but not close enough. So maybe next time round, as Kuznini has a wiggle mid-corner. This is what happened. Sorry, that's live with Wurthrich, and Talens. So Talens has got ahead of David Wurthrich. So it is now a Madrid 1, 2, 3 at the moment. Portsmatter, though, still looking on the back of Kuznini through Kopp's corner. Wurthrich just cannot reclose the gap back to Talens. Talens got over 5 seconds till he can get to the top two. I don't think that's going to happen in the next 4 laps. But let's see what will happen. Tim and Scanderi and Miguez, they're all fighting, I think, for this last point. This is how it happened then. Salva Talens round the outside this time. No contact made, and he gets the inside line for Luffield, and that's great to see. Good move. This is on board. Look at this. Brilliantly done. Left the same amount of room, just didn't have the understeer from Verthrich as Portsmouth now around the outside of Abbey. Whoa, risky manoeuvre. Luckily, it didn't hurt him too much. He now misses the apex and has Scanderi attacking him, but that's not going to matter too much to him. He's not going to get the move done there, knowing that the inside for Village for the link is coming up through Aintree. Scanderi, though, heck of a run with a bit of push to pass. Now Portsmouth is going to come back in with push to pass a little later down the straight. Portsmouth, can he keep it around the outside like he normally does? No, he can't, and Scanderi gets him back. And what a fight between these four drivers it has been all race. It's been absolutely brilliant. Lap 17 of 20. Now Portsmouth once again has got to come back at Scanderi here. Oh, a moment, who's that? Who was that who's off? I'm not 100% sure. It's Kuznini. So he's made a mistake somewhere. Through Maggots, well, not somewhere, we know, through Maggots and Beckett's, but what has happened? Salva Taylor's fastest lap, I believe he's slow as well, down the hanger straight, and because of that, Miguez got ahead of Portsmouth as well. Hopefully we can get a replay of fully what happened. The camera didn't show if there was contact. Looked like Kuznini is just lost it on his own. As Kuznini stopped the car, down in 18th place, and he's just tumbling down the order. Portsmouth are back up the inside then of Miguez. Miguez will have the inside line back for the loop. As Portsmouth tries to keep it around the outside. Can he have the momentum through Aintree? Uses the curb. Now down the Wellington straight. Melvin's finally got past Borges Arzo. Salva Taylor's. Here's what happened. Well, whoa, Kuznini. Huge moment. Right into the path of Portsmouth, who's just tapped that of Roberto Miguez, and it opens the door for maybe Stroback for Ruggieview to come through. He didn't get past Portsmouth, but that him, Stroback and Troninger got past Roberto Miguez. That'll be investigated by the stewards for sure. Do we have the full replay? I'd like to see a bit of the whole incident there, but what we just saw of that is Kuznini. We don't have the full replay. What a shame, but Kuznini there lost it and ended up dropping it right in between Scanderi and Portsmouth. That was a big, that could have been a huge incident. Adrian Gomez, P2, 7 tenths off the back of Guzman Miguez. Salva Taylor's not a million miles behind. Salva's going to gain points back. Wonder if at Madrid they're gonna cross the line in style. Miguel has not put a foot wrong. Gomez had a great race. Taylor's had to work it hard to get from 9th to 3rd. Through Copse Corner they go for the penultimate time. Towards Maggots and Beckett's. Adrian Gomez. Got a chance maybe. Are they just going to hold station? We'll wait and see, but been an interesting race, that's for sure. Adrian Gomez went aggressive at the start. Used 7 usages of push to pass straight away. Went very aggressive. And it was brilliant to see. There is Unai Morotto then. Coming through the field, P6 at the moment. Had a big wiggle. Still on the back of Timothy Spearson. Here's Bartle down in 20th place. Kuznini must have got back going. Very first time at Racing Unleashed. Debut today for him. I believe a debut as well for Sasha Rumpel. So great to see 2 new drivers, or 2 new names on the grid. In his very first race. Still got 4 usages of push to pass to use, so maybe could set a fastest lap. But we enter the final lap now. Down the National Start Straight, half the lap is done. And Guzman Miguez What a drive. Adrian Gomez edge running wide. Unai Morotto's just got past Timothy Spearson. So it is a Madrid 1-2-3-5. Timothy Spearson now disrupts that and gets back out of Unai Morotto. What a great day for Madrid. Really has been a great day. Down then towards the final few corners. Guzman Migueles comes around the final corner now and is going to win here for the first time this season. Guzman Migueles takes the checkered flag. Adrian Gomez, P2. Salva Talens will take a third place. What a drive from everybody in Madrid. Great P3 for him. A 1-2-3 for the Madrid Lounge. That'll be a popular one, to say the least. David Verthrich looks like he's P4. Timothy Spearson, P5. With Unai Morotto 6th, Melvin 7th, Borges Orzo 8th, Jamie Ego 9th, Nikolai Rogoviu crosses the line for that final points position. Tim Portsmouth dropped behind Roberto Miguez and Walter Troninger there. Bring you the full classification when we get it. What a drive, though, from the Madrid Lounge this weekend here at Silverstone. Really was a fantastic day of action. It really was a fantastic time. I believe there the three Spanish drivers was just driving in unison there, putting on a show for the fans. And a fantastic day for all three of them. They can all be happy with that. A real good job from the Madrid Lounge. Really was indeed. It was brilliantly done by that man. Migueles takes the race win here at Silverstone for the Challenger League. There's your P3 man. Salva will be very happy with that one. He did brilliantly, though, from P9 to come through the pack and had a good fight with David Verthrich at one stage. And I'm sure three very happy men, none more so than him, with Nikolai Rogoviu only scoring a point that's going to help him in his championship battle at this halfway stage of the season, obviously down to the 8 races from the 10. And that is going to be one happy racing lounge. You see Koke Lopez in the white shirt there as well, race winner in the Racer League earlier on. David Verthrich happy with P4. He'll take that one as he climbs out the seat, and he'll be happy. P4, not a podium, but still you can just see that he's over the moon with it. What a lounge that will be today. The atmosphere in there must be electric. Right now you see friends and family all around. There is Zurich Airport Lounge. And there is our lounge in Munich, which looks pretty empty, to be fair. Normally we see Munich one of the busier ones. Everybody must have gone not a day for Munich. Not a podium in sight for them today. I believe we can see that Salva Taylor is just getting ready to be mic'd up to speak to us in a few moments' time. But a great day of racing. There's Tim Portsmouth, an up and down day for him, to say the least. And well, just consoling one of the drivers there. So yeah, he doesn't look very happy. Not sure who that one is, but either way, he didn't look overly happy there, did he? With something that happened in today's race. And we have Salva with us now. I do believe Salva P3 today in what was a very good race. I do believe we have you. Yeah, we do. Salva P3 today in what was a very, very good race for yourself. Hard-working race, though, to get to the front.
Yeah, we started P9 at the end, so yeah, it was all about overtaking as fast as I could because yeah, I knew the guys at the front were pretty quick, so I just tried to clear as many cars as possible at the beginning. Then I established around P6, P5, And finally, yeah, I overtook the car in front. Then I reached the P3 and I got a contact with, I don't remember which driver it was, but I lost around 3 seconds. So it was a bit unfortunate because at the end, the gap with P1 was 4 seconds. So I think we could have, fought a little bit with them. But yeah, I'm really happy for Adrian and for Guzman with the podium. So yeah, it's been a good race overall.
Just talk us through that incident at Brooklands, because we saw that it looked like David sort of understeered into the side of you. Is that how it felt from your point of view?
Yeah, well, first of all, I tried to go around the outside. He went wide as well, so he pushed me off the track, and then he lost the car and spun me. So, yeah, at the end I saved the car. It could have been way worse, but at the end, yeah, I lost 3 seconds, that's all, and finally I was able to regain the gap, overtake him, and finally finish P3.
One thing we have to say, though, great drive for that P3. Are you looking at this championship? We're halfway through the championship now. You've got a good gap over your rivals. You've extended that gap as well today, provisionally at the moment. Is it sort of one eye on the championship standings now, looking into these last 4 races?
Yeah, my objective is the same as first round. Is just try to do the same work every week. Just try to do the best result, and at the end we will see. We will do the maths and everything, but it's just about working every single week and yeah, keep pushing. That's it.
Keep pushing. Salva, congratulations on the P3 today. We wish you all the best when we see you in round 5 in a month's time.
Thank you very much.
Well done to Salva Taylor there. We'll have to just cut away from Madrid while they get P2 ready and then get P1 ready. What a day for everybody at the moment at the Madrid lounge. It's going to be a great atmosphere there as we can speak with Adrian in just a few moments' time. But P1, 2 and 3 from Madrid and the race winner in the Racer League earlier on. Great day for everybody there. And we can speak with Adrian Gomez now. Adrian, P2, good race from yourself. Very aggressive at the start, especially with push to pass.
Yeah, I wanted the win today, but it was impossible. But I think I did a great race. But yes, as you said, I used my push to pass too early, and then I couldn't pass Guzman at the end of the race. The dirty air didn't help me so much. So yeah, P2 is also great, but I will try to win the next time.
Indeed, it was a good strategy, though, because it got you away from everybody else having fights behind you, didn't it? It managed to put you in a position where if Guzman made a mistake, you was able to capitalise.
Yeah, I was a second away from Guzman. I was trying to catch him, but it was impossible. He did a great race also, and a few mistakes for him. So P2 is also great.
Just talk us about the atmosphere in Madrid right now, because what a day for Madrid as a racing lounge. The race win in Racer League and a 1-2-3 in the Challenger League now.
Yeah, everyone is very happy today. 1-2-3 in the Challenger League and the Coque win. So it's perfect today.
Obviously, good podium once again. Going forward in the rest of the season, is it the plan now to more podiums, fight for more race wins?
Yeah, that's the main goal. I want to win this season, make more podiums, and I will train so hard to that.
Well, Adrian, congratulations on P2. Enjoy that one today, and well done.
Thank you.
Adrian Gomez there, P2 overall in today's race, and we'll get to speak with Guzman Migles in just a few moments' time as we get ready to speak with him. But what a day of racing it has been here at Silverstone, and actually a bit of a traditional race, I suppose, in the Racer League, a bit more sort of following the leader, trying to make the gaps open up and make the moves where you can. The second race just felt a bit more gloves off. We can speak with the race winner, though, who had a pretty quiet race, Guzman. It was hectic at the start, trying to keep Adrian behind you, but for the rest of the race, you was in control.
Yeah, I got an incredible start at the beginning, making my peers in the second position and in third, and it was a very chill race for me. just making the gap for 1 second to 1.5, and yes, trying to make the mistakes to the minimum. I'm very happy, obviously, for the win.
Make the mistakes to the exactly. Make the mistakes to the minimum. With that push to pass, Adrian going very aggressive at the start. You managed to have a couple of laps in hand, usages in hand at the end. That kind of helped you, didn't it? Because he didn't have anything to attack you with.
Well, I didn't know how much push to pass my rivals had, but I don't know. Just try to manage it as good as I can, and yes. It's incredible to be one of the championship contenders to one day to another.
Indeed it is. And this win must give you so much confidence going into the next race in a month's time.
Yeah, very, very excited going to the next race with this opportunity. And yes, hopefully I do as good as today. And thank you so much.
Brilliant there, Guzman. Congratulations on the P1. Well done. Enjoy it, and we'll see you next time.
Thank you very much. See you.
See you later to Guzman Migles and Madrid 1, 2, 3 and the race winning race league. What a day and what a season that Madrid Racing Lounge is having. Fantastic day. Your provisional results then are as follows. Guzman Migles with P1, Adrian Gomez P2, Salva Talens P3 with David Verthwich 4th place, Timothy Spearson P5 just ahead of Unai Morotto, Melvin Leopi got P7 with Borges Ozo in P8, Jamie Ego P9 and Nikolai Rogovu rounding out the top 10 and the point scoring positions. Roberto Miguez was 11th from Walter Treuninger, Tim Portsmatter, who had such a roller coaster of a race, P13, Tyler Klausch from Harris Scenderi, Tiziano Kuznini with Mario Stanic, Sasha Rumpel, Matteo Strobach and Samuel Bartle down the order in P20. That then is provisional. Still no confirmation on the full results from the Racer League either, so make sure you do follow us on X, Instagram or TikTok to keep up to date with all what is happening at Racing Unleashed and to keep up to date with all the final results and championship standings that will become available. And if you want to catch any more of the action, 15th of February is our next venture into it. Then with an unknown location also at the moment, we'll find out on the 5th of February what the 6th round of the season will have in store for us. And that is going to be a race that I cannot wait to see unfold. Hopefully, I'll be sat behind this desk in February. Hopefully, touch wood, but I do have the birth of a child on the way around that time as well. So we touch wood will be here to bring you the action, but we'll hopefully will be indeed. It's going to be a fantastic race. And what an end to the season this is going to be. We enter the back half of it, and this is just going to throw the door wide open with Michael Smeedle taking points off of Alejandro Sanchez today, with Salva extending his championship already as well. It's going to be fascinating entering the last 4 rounds of the season. From everybody here, though, at Racing Unleashed, it's been an absolute pleasure. We'll see you next time. Goodbye.